So I'm sitting on this airplane, this twin turboprop in Antarctica, looking out to see what it's like. And there's exactly one person standing out there. You always think when you have an expedition, there's a bunch of people cheering, "Go, Aaron, yeah, this is great." Totally doesn't happen. There's just one dude out there sitting there like, "Man, these fools keep coming to Antarctica and they think they're having a good time." And as we're flying along, I start to look out and I get a little bit nervous because I look out and I see these slashes in the ice. And I look over the flight engineer and I say, "Hey, Mike, are those the crevasses I heard about?" And he comes on the microphone, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." And we're going along more and I start to think like, man, we're thousands of feet above the surface. And I ask him, "How big are those things?" And he looks over me and says, "Aaron, you could run a freight train into them and they would disappear." Oh, dude, and I might be skiing across those? Better you than me. And then we grab my sleds, we pull these things out, I get out of there, my 330 pounds of food, fuel, supplies, butter, everything that I need to survive in Antarctica for 3 months. And as I hear that plane go into the horizon, and that sound disappears, I realize now that I have been abandoned on the edge of Antarctica by myself.
So the feedback for the message has been phenomenal. Everyone that I've talked with has showed a great appreciation for what Aaron was able to teach us and what he's been able to do. People have been very surprised at someone who is able to go to polar regions and do some exploration all by themselves.
When I come speak with your group, I'll share what it's like to be in the most extreme environments on Earth. Antarctica, the Arctic, high mountains, and I'll show what it's like and what it takes to overcome the challenges there. I'll even show what it's like to eat butter on the stage just to illustrate my point. We didn't think I was making that up. I mean, I've got butter here. And I had to eat not even the short stick, but 2 full sticks of butter every day to survive in Antarctica, to keep myself fueled. Now, you might think, oh, that's pretty gross, but you know, when you're actually working and pulling a sled that weighs as much as a refrigerator, all of a sudden this food and fuel makes all the difference. So every day I'm having to, eat that butter. Just remember, what am I going to do today to eat the butter that I need to eat to succeed and make the goal and the achievement that I have to do today? That's the butter experience.
The purpose of Aaron's presentation is driven by the business, and coaching all the people with such experience is so much important than anything else.
And I felt like crying a few times. I know I'm a little bit of a crybaby anyways, but I was moved.
I met you as a speaker, not only as a native speaker, but as a person who did something interesting in his life, and as a person who shares his experience and motivates.
Sometimes things become so extreme that people quit. They give up on themselves. The blizzards come, the waves come crashing. They call on the satellite phone and say, "I'm out." But I don't want to have that happen with your audience. Instead, I want to show how no matter how severe things get, it's still possible to create a vision, make a plan, and execute the action to get yourself out of trouble, continue on surviving and even thriving. But as I was going around Windy Corner dragging my sled, the wind got so extreme as I was dragging this thing that the wind shifted and all of a sudden the sled blew around, and I mean that thing tumbled, and it's 80 pounds, like, whoa, hang on. And then the wind just picked up and started, and I'm trying to put my park on, oh my gosh, and I'm starting to pull back the sled, and all of a sudden the wind comes up, and my sled starts to hover. This thing's literally in the air, like, and I'm holding back, like, dude, doing the Matrix thing, hold on. And then the wind calms down, and my sled drops, I'm like, oh my gosh, just 100 feet away is a cliff that is a half mile tall. When you're dragging the sled of the challenges and the emotions and the struggles that you face, just think, you know, do I really need to keep dragging this? Or should I get my knife out, cut the cord, and just let that garbage go away? If you keep deciding to drag that sled instead of slicing the knife and letting it blow away, you might get so close to that cliff that the moment the wind really starts blowing along, that baggage will drag you off the cliff. This is exactly what I had to wear every day when I was in Antarctica. What sort of things do you have to wear in your mind and in your person to make yourself strong enough to face those headwinds that blow into you, that want to push you back and freeze you and hurt you? That is the ultimate question. But the best part about being in Antarctica and doing this is I got to look like and act like the most famous movie villain in all history. Luke, I am your father.
So Aaron's speech was wonderful.
I would highly recommend Aaron Linsdau to come and send that message and to bring it.
We are very pleased that with what Aaron delivered, the content, his enthusiasm, energy, his inspiring message, his stories. Definitely would hire him again, would recommend him.
Yes, I would recommend Aaron as a speaker.
The engagement was huge, and everyone thoroughly enjoyed Aaron's presentation.
And so Aaron did a fabulous job.
Yes, I would definitely recommend Aaron and his talk.
What really differentiated Aaron's presentation was that he not only spoke about his amazing adventure and all of the challenges that it entailed, but he tied it back in with the challenges of our specific business industry, as well as challenges that we face in our everyday personal lives.
I promise to be the most unique speaker you've ever had. People will talk about the stories and lessons for months and years after the event. They will come away with a completely different perspective of what's possible when things go rough, but they create a vision for how to get through them.